I can't understand, like, okay, non-duality, that perspective or experience, which you can, speak from your experience. So we have non-duality, and then we have the worship of a teacher that was in a physical form, like Ramana. And that doesn't seem, it seems dualistic, like I'm worshiping Ramana, and yet the teaching is non-dual. I don't understand. Help.
Yeah, I don't know if I can help you on that. Again, it's another one of these things I only understood after liberation. Before liberation, I wasn't confused by guru worshipping. I just thought it was rubbish. I didn't have any confusion about it. I knew it was rubbish, you see, Tom's mind. Didn't like any of that stuff. Didn't like any of that stuff. I knew it wasn't for me. If somebody else wanted to do that, that's fine. They're obviously lower, lesser beings than me, and I knew better, I didn't say like that in my mind, but that, I think subconsciously, that's what I thought. I kind of looked down upon people who had love for a teacher. I just thought, okay, that's fine. They want to do that. They need their psychological crutches. That's fine. I'm stronger than that. I probably don't need that. And I didn't probably see myself as better than them, but that's how I kind of saw it. But it's a strange thing, because you're logically speaking, what you're saying, Ron, or what you're implying with your question is totally right, which is that non-duality, where is there space or scope for worship of an individual name and form? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, all I can say is that by Bhagavan's grace, led me to Bhagavan. I don't even like to say liberation, even though it is liberation. I like to say brought me to Bhagavan. So even my expression of what liberation is personal. It's to do with Bhagavan. Isn't that strange? And Bhagavan is me. And is everyone. But there's also a deep reverence for the name and form, the body, mind, that was Bhagavan, Why is that there? It's just, I think it's on the human level, there's just unending gratitude. And that's the way the expression takes place. And for me, when Bhagavan swallowed me whole, there's left an outpouring of devotion and sort of, how can I ever repay him? This kind of feeling. And it was only then I understood, or I think I understand at least, this is my interpretation. It's only then I understood, again, my interpretation, it's only then I understood how the disciples saw Jesus, how Jesus' disciples saw Jesus. For me, there's a direct parallel. In Christianity, Jesus is said to be a human being, but is also said to be God. And this was blasphemous at the time. Many people considered this blasphemous. And for me, it was like, oh my gosh, I'm guessing this is what Jesus's disciples or devotees, which is what they were, would say devotees. Jesus is devoted because they were utterly devoted to Jesus. If you see what the things they did after, once he died on the cross, at least, the body died. Regardless of whatever you think of Christianity and the early Christians, they were utterly devoted. And they considered their Bhagavan, Jesus, to be God and human. Now, there is probably I can try and explain it to you and give you some kind of rationale why it's like this. But to be honest, it's a matter of the heart. I don't expect anybody else to follow me on this or agree with me or disagree. It's just a matter of the heart for me. Bhagavan, by the way, I mean, there are a few different meanings of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, generally speaking, means God, you know. But another meaning of Bhagavan is beloved. It means the beloved. So Bhagavan means beloved. You go to India, many people will say Bhagavan. You say, what does Bhagavan mean? They'll say it means God. But Bhagavan also means beloved. A bit like if you ask somebody in the Christian tradition, what does the word Lord mean? They'll say God. But Lord also means somebody who owns a large amount of land or a large estate. That would be a lord, like a lord of the manor. In the same way, so the word Lord, it actually means ruler, someone who rules. And then this word ruler the metaphor of a ruler has been equated with God as the supreme ruler. Supreme ruler.
You know, Tom,
sounds like some kind of like North Korean, doesn't it?
yeah.
I think I actually found out yesterday. I think Genghis Khan, who a few centuries ago ruled the Mongol Empire. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan wasn't actually the person's name. Genghis Khan means supreme ruler. That's the meaning of Genghis Khan. Supreme Khan. I think Khan means, I think I've got it the right way around. I saw that in one of my children's picture encyclopedia books. But in the same way, Bhagavan means beloved, but it means God. So the Jesus' disciples, beloved, saw Jesus as God. It's the same for me. I couldn't understand this before. I don't know. Sorry, Rob, please go ahead.
Tom, once I did have the experience of praying to my guru, and which conceptually I considered God in a human form. So I was praying to my guru, and all of a sudden it switched to where I was praying to myself, like the universal, like the guru. I mean, the guru says, I'm not this body sitting in this chair. She said that. And, I mean, it's easy to say, but at any rate, at that moment, I felt like totally clear on, the guru is universal. I'm universal. It's the same thing. I was just clear. I could feel it in that. But then we're back to today. And I'm wondering, like, how does this work? So
I think it's just on the human level, the unending gratitude. That sense continues. At least it has for me. So, for example, when that guru of yours at that time, I don't know if they're still your guru or not, when they said that to you and you had that kind of intuition, that experience, that the guru is actually not the body mind, which is the truth, and that guru is universal, which is the truth. How did you feel towards that body mind guru? A few moments after that, didn't you feel gratitude? Didn't you feel grateful to them? Didn't you feel love towards them? I don't know. I'm asking.
I felt it seemed like I felt more love before, through years of adoring the guru as a body mind, but still on my mind having the concept of, yeah, she's God. But at that moment, I felt disappointed. I felt disappointed because the concept of the guru that I loved for so many years was all of a sudden wasn't that person. It was just the universal, you know, unlabelable,
Yes.
ambiguous kind of openness. I missed the personal feeling, the personal love I felt. That kind of fell away.
Yeah.
And come back, it's come back, but in a different way. I can see what you're saying about gratitude, you know, because yeah, but you know, I still really don't understand it. I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. It doesn't. It's like Bhagavan said that Arunachala is the self. And then people said to him, don't you mean Arunachala symbolizes the self? Or, you know, the self is in Arunachala, but it's in all things, you know, not just in Arunachala, right? Because the self is everywhere, all pervading. He said, no, Arunachala is the self. And that's the way I feel about Bhagavan. And again, that didn't make sense to me before. It's quite funny, Ron, because our paths, your path, my path, it's kind of the opposite. I was never interested in a guru. I was looking for because of my scientific type mind, I was looking for the impersonal, you know. I was much more interested in Buddhist style teachings, to be honest. I didn't like I'd read the Advaita teachings, I liked them, but I really preferred the Buddhist style teachings. They're much more logical to me. They made sense. And the way the texts are written as well are more sensical. They're very logically written. And everything's numbered and categorized. And, you know, I liked all that kind of stuff. And I liked how they weren't bringing in deities and things like that. My mind liked that. So I was looking for the impersonal ground of being or some impersonal enlightenment. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the disappearance of me. You know, no self. Something like that. I don't know. Something. I was looking for the end of suffering. I was looking for nirvana. But then suddenly the guru came along for me. And and I loved it. I loved it. But my mind was like, what's going on? Whereas for you, you went down that path, you know. I couldn't go down that bhakti path consciously because my mind just said that's subservience. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in that. It's funny how your path and my path are sort of in opposite directions, but it all comes to the same place. It all comes to the same place.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Tom.
Always so nice to talk to you, Ron. Always so nice to talk to you. Thank you.